He's going to tell us about the trust of the American people.
Around this chamber, looking upon us, are the lawgivers. From Moses to Gaius to Blackstone to Thomas Jefferson. By our actions today, we disgrace their values. We break the ties of history in this chamber, and we break our trust with America. When I handed the Speaker the gavel in 2007, I said this: this is the people's house. And the moment a majority forgets it, it starts writing itself to a ticket to minority status.
You should know.
If we pass this bill, there will be no turning back. It will be the last straw for the American people. And in a democracy, you can only ignore the will of the people for so long and get away with it. And if we defy the will of our fellow citizens and pass this bill, we're going to be held to account by those who have placed us in their trust. We will have shattered those bonds of trust.
Oh, no, that's great, man. That's fantastic. Because, here, let me tell you right now something I was going to do a little later in the show. John, you want to talk about the trust of the American people? That's the conversation you want to have? You know what he did last week? He went to a meeting of the top bankers in the country and told them this: don't let those little punk staffers take advantage of you, and stand up for yourselves. He's telling the bankers, don't let staffers tell you that you need to be regulated. Make sure you don't get regulated. He's telling the bank lobbyists to stand up for themselves, like they need encouragement on that front. He continues, all of us hearing from our friends and constituents on lack of credit, you can't get a loan, and the more government takes and taxes, the more regulations you have to comply with, the more costs you have there, and the less amount you're going to have available to loan to customers. Wink, wink. You know what he's saying there? He's saying, hey, you know what? The Republican Party has your back. We're going to make sure the government doesn't regulate you at all, so you can go ahead and take all those gambles like you did before. You can crash the economy, and we will always have your back. We'll say, oh, no, the government is doing too much taxes, and then that's going to increase the amount of money you have to charge for loans. We understand your pain, except they're not giving out the loans, and it's not like if you don't do the regulation, they've been giving cheap loans. It's nonsense. It's John Boehner going up and telling the bankers, the Republicans are on your side and against the American people. You know where to put your money. And the bankers said, you're right, we do. They've been shifting all their money from the Democrats to the Republicans. Okay, so John Boehner's going to come and talk to us about violating the trust of the American people. John Boehner gets $3.4 million from the financial industry. They are by far and away his largest political contributor. And for that $3.4 million, he violates the American people's trust every single day. John Boehner, don't come talking to me about the trust of the American people. You abused that a long time ago, and you continue to do it on a daily basis. You don't give a damn about the American people. You care about the people who pay your bills, like the bankers, the insurance companies, the drug companies, etc. You are their boy. You are there to protect their asses. You ought to be sick of what you do, man. I mean, I don't know how you look in the mirror. I don't know how you sleep at night. You are the prototypical greasy, corrupt politician. And then you come and give a speech telling people, oh, shame on you. Please, John Boehner. You know what John Boehner did earlier in his career? In the middle of a bill on whether we should regulate tobacco, he gave out checks from the tobacco industry to fellow congressmen. That's the kind of boy he is of corporate America. He hands out their checks. He's their gopher. He's their guy whenever they need to kill any bill that's going to protect you. Any bill that might give you health care. Any bill that might make sure the bankers don't take your money, or that the tobacco companies don't advertise to your kids and kill them with their product. John Boehner is going to hand out the checks to make sure that you don't get protected. And he talks about the trust of the American people. John Boehner is exactly what's wrong with this country exactly what's wrong with our political system and Washington. He's exactly the kind of guy who violates your trust on a daily basis.